Hello everybody, this is Gregory with 5-Minute Catholic Apologetics, where 5 minutes of your time may get you to the divine. Today we're going to talk about discerning whether or not you should engage with certain types of non-believers and whether or not it's worth it. Now before we begin, let's start with a prayer. Nomine Patris et Filii et Spiritui Sancti. Amen. Gloria Patri et Filio et Spiritui Sancto, secutora in principio, et nunc et semper in saecula saeculorum. Amen. Sorry if you hear a train chugging along nearby. So today we're going to talk about how to know whether or not you should engage with an acrimonious non-believer. Now, many of you deal with non-believers, and this episode applies to Protestants, to atheists, to Orthodox, to agnostics, whatever it is, non-Catholics. And a lot of you engage with them throughout your daily life. This could be even people in your nuclear family, your extended family, friends, co-workers, whatever it is. And look, many people in your life who know you're a Catholic, you might have a very harmonious relationship with them, and there's no dissonance and enmity. But some of you, when you are dealing with co-workers or just people that you might encounter at a restaurant or extended family or friends that you meet for the first time, and you tell them you're Catholic, they might have a very visceral response. And there's a couple of reasons why non-believers might have a visceral response. And one of them is, we've talked about, that there's a steep anti-Catholic prejudice that runs through many Protestants, not all Protestants, but a very steep anti-Catholic prejudice that is triggered when you tell them you're Catholic, because in their mind, in their true mind, they are true believers, and they truly believe, a lot of trulies, that the Catholic Church, of course, is the Antichrist, because this is what they believe, and that we practice idolatry and all these things like this. So you might encounter this. So you kind of have to figure out whether or not the person is open to a dialogue. We have an old episode here on the 3 criteria whether or not you should admonish the sinner. We know admonishing the sinner and informing the ignorant are 2 of the spiritual works of mercy. In that criteria, the criteria is it grave matter? Will they listen to you, and are you the best person to convey the message? Let's say somebody is fornicating. So out of those 3, one of those really applies here. Are they open to listen? Because you've probably encountered people in your life, and you could say this on social media, that you get a DM on Instagram, or you're on Reddit or some forum, or even on YouTube. And I discern these too. You can see, and let's just use comments here. You can see comments where the person is actually asking a legitimate question about the Catholic Church. Like, well, I thought you guys worship Mary. You guys don't worship Mary? Something that's like an earnest question. And then you'll get trollish comments where the person is not interested at all in discussing it. And I'm not thinking of anybody in particular, just in general. You guys, you subscribers, you've seen comments and you've been on social media, so you kind of know the difference. So you really have to pick and choose your battle. If you see somebody in your life, whether virtual or in person, who's truly open to learning about the Catholic Church, because you can preface it by saying, I understand a lot of non-Catholics think that we believe certain things, and I'm more than welcome to answer any question that you have, any misconceptions that you have about the faith. We've talked about this in previous episodes, how to be open, be kind when you come up against belligerent anti-believers or anti-Christians. And you can just preface it with that, and then you can kind of tell how they respond. And if they just start throwing, you're the whore of Babylon, you're all going to hell, Constantine created your church, you worship the Pope, and you can just kind of tell by their tone, if you're meeting with them in person, or by the comment, whether or not they're open to dialogue. And if they're not open to dialogue, you can tell, and just don't even engage. There's really no point in engaging. Even if they say something that's pretty inflammatory, that really irks you and gets your blood all livid, there's no point. Their heart is hardened. They don't want to hear it. They just want to make their points and try to do little jabs at you or their Catholic faith. So, like Al-Anon used to say about dropping the rope when you're dealing with addicts, it takes 2 to do a tug of war, and if you just drop the rope, that person has no one to fight with. So it's kind of the same thing here. I would just tell you to let it go with these people and just don't even engage. Don't even engage. Now, juxtaposing that with people that you encounter in your life who are open, who want to have a discussion. Maybe they are a little biased already, that they think that you're wrong, but at least you can tell in their tone and their inflection and all these things that they might be open. Then by all means have a discussion. And maybe a good way to start it is, what do you know about the Catholic faith, or what do you think that we believe in? And then you just answer. One of the best things in apologetics is being open and listening to what they have to say. And then, based on what they say, you kind of know how you should respond, and just have a conversation. Don't expect it to win, or put a feather in your cap. Just have an open discussion. But you really have to assess, engage. And if they're coming at you belligerent, angry, and so forth, I would just tell you, it's just not even worth the time. Not even worth the time. Guys, post in the comments. Let me know what your take has been on situations like this, family members, friends, whoever. I'd like to hear from you. Please hit the notifications, share and subscribe button, share with other people. Until next time, take care, God bless, and pray.